Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Rebecca. And this is Netflix's new adaptation of the classic novel from Daphne du Maurier, and this is from director Ben Wheatley, who previously had done films like Free, Fire, and High Rise, which, a little perspective on my feelings about Wheatley's films is that there's so many great things going for them, but then they royally make me hate them. Like, there's been choices in both of those films that just threw it completely off the rails for me, where I'm just like, I got so frustrated watching them. So I didn't know how to feel seeing it, like when I saw Ben Wheatley was directing this. And this is a film that was originally made into a film by Alfred Hitchcock himself. So it's like, you're trying to remake a Hitchcock film, and look how that has gone. Psycho. Or, like, Disturbia is basically Rear Window, but they changed it enough to be like, this isn't a Rear Window remake. And it's just like, I was really skeptical going into Rebecca. Now, this film looks gorgeous. The colors, like, the goldenrod suit that Armie Hammer wears is just like, holy crap. And just looking at sometimes looks like a Ryan Murphy, except a little bit toned down kind of look. And it's really well shot. It's beautiful. It really captures that. From other aspects of the direction, like the pacing, it could get really slow at times and feels like it might skate over things a little bit at certain points and might drag out other points. So, like, there really isn't a consistent enough tone to really carry this film out to its 2-hour runtime. And in general, what really stands out about this film is the performances. You have Lily James, who plays our main character, who becomes Mrs. De Winter, but she lives in the shadow of Armie Hammer's late wife, Rebecca. And Lily James does a fine job. She's very charming. She gets dressed up in a lot of different beautiful outfits, and, like, she does her job well. Armie Hammer plays his role well. Probably the most standout performance to me in this film is Kristen Scott Thomas, who plays Mrs. Danvers, who, like, runs the house, had this very strong connection to Rebecca, and she's very biting and very, like, condescending, and she has quite the antagonistic relationship with Lily James's character. And there's some heavy emotional moments where you find her motivations and why she's doing these things. And in terms of the story, there's a mystery. It's like, what happened to Rebecca? And why is Armie Hammer acting so weird at certain points? And you have all of these things, but, like, this film never felt like it kicked into the next gear. It always felt like it was stuck in first gear, second gear at the beginning of the film and just kind of coasted that way. And there's certain points where I felt like the tension really did build up at times. There's a couple of scenes, like Lily James finds this, like, cabin by the water, and there's a pretty big building of tension in that particular scene. But for the most part, it's like, by the time that you find out the mystery, it's not all too surprising, nor did it feel very mysterious in the end when you get there. And, like, is this film worthwhile taking the time to stream it on Netflix? And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, you know, we're sitting here and the mystery's revealed, some crazy stuff happened, and I never felt like I loved it, felt super invested in it, but, you know, it was beautiful, it was well acted, and it did what it had to do. And in the end, I feel like this is a very, very average film. And could have been more. There's a lot of talent involved, but in the end, it just feels like a meh adaptation of it. And maybe it could be the fact that stories like this have been told plenty of times, and now this doesn't feel very original. But in the end, I feel like Rebecca is just a serviceable adaptation. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.